Retro Future, when the 50s met tomorrow, a journey through a world where timeless elegance meets revolutionary technology, the dawn of a golden era. Imagine waking up on a morning in 1955, but not just any 1955. In this parallel world, the sun rises over a landscape where flying Cadillacs glide silently between Art Deco skyscrapers equipped with holographic solar panels. Women walk down the sidewalks in their impeccable circle skirts, but their high heels have anti-gravity soles that make them float gracefully over the pavement. This is New Americana, the capital of a world where the American dream of the 50s never ended. It just evolved in ways that not even the most visionary science fiction writers of the era could have imagined. Margaret Sterling adjusts her white lace gloves while looking through the panoramic window of her apartment on the 47th floor. At 28, she works as a domestic harmony coordinator, a profession that combines interior design, behavioral psychology, and AI programming. Her blonde hair is perfectly waved, set with a molecular spray that keeps every strand in place for exactly 24 hours without ever losing its natural movement. Margaret's apartment is a retro-futuristic dream. The kitchen gleams in shades of turquoise and cream, with appliances that look like they came straight out of a 1955 Better Homes and Gardens magazine, but function with quantum technology. Her Frigidaire refrigerator has a holographic screen that projects recipes in the air, while the Westinghouse stove cooks food through energy fields controlled by whispered voice commands. What do you think about this fusion of nostalgia and innovation? Leave your opinion in the comments. I love knowing what you think about these alternative worlds. The silent revolution of fashion at boutique. Dior Tesla, located on elegant Fifth Avenue, the latest seasonal creations defy the laws of physics without losing an ounce of classic femininity. Christian Dior's new look. Dresses now incorporate smart fibers that automatically adjust to body temperature and weather conditions. Circle skirts maintain their perfect shape thanks to nanoparticle structures that respond to the wearer's movements, creating a hypnotizing dance with every step. Vivienne Dubois, the boutique's head stylist, explains to her clients how the new fabrics work. Mademoiselle, these dresses aren't just clothes. They're extensions of yourselves. The fabric learns your habits, your preferences, even your mood. If you're feeling confident, the color becomes more vibrant. If you need comfort, the fabric becomes softer. Then silk. Gloves, an indispensable accessory for any respectable lady, now have touch-sensitive fingertips that allow operation of any holographic device without removing the elegant hand protection. Hats adorned with feathers and veils hide small projectors that create soft light halos around the face, enhancing each woman's natural beauty. The shoes deserve a chapter of their own. Maison Louboutin. Stark developed heels that not only elevate physical stature but also project energy fields that make women walk as if they're dancing on clouds. The characteristic sound of heels on the ground has been replaced by a subtle, personalized melody that each woman can choose. Some prefer the sound of raindrops. Others opt for piano notes. Automobiles. Poetry in motion at Cadillac Future dealership. Cars are true works of art in motion. The Eldorado quantum model maintains all the sensual curves and imposing presence of the 50s classics, but floats 3 centimeters off the ground thanks to magnetic levitation technology. Its rear fins aren't just decorative. They house thrusters that allow the vehicle to fly at altitudes up to 500 meters. Frank Morrison, veteran salesman at the dealership, takes pride in showing the details. Look at this dashboard, ma'am. It looks like pure 50s chrome, but it's actually an intelligent metal alloy that self-repairs. And these seats, genuine leather that never ages, treated with nanotechnology to maintain softness and aroma eternally. The steering wheel, A work of art in bakelite and silver doesn't need to be touched. The car responds to the driver's thoughts through a discrete neural ring that looks like an elegant Art Deco jewel. Want to go to the club? Just think of the destination, and the El Dorado plots the most scenic route, always prioritizing tree-lined avenues and the city's tourist spots. Which car would you choose in this retrofuturistic world? Tell us in the comments what your dream model would be. The sound system doesn't just play music, it creates complete sensory experiences. When playing Glenn Miller's In the Mood, the car's interior fills with the subtle aroma of gardenias, and the temperature adjusts to recreate the feeling of a summer night in 1955. The windows can project holographic landscapes, transforming a traffic jam into a journey through Provence lavender fields, the home of the future with a soul from the past back. In Margaret's apartment, the domestic routine is a symphony of efficiency and elegance. Her Whirlpool quantum washer doesn't just wash clothes, it restores them. Dresses that begin to show signs of wear come out of the machine as if they just left the boutique. The process uses energy fields that reorganize fibers at the molecular level, restoring colors, textures, and even the original fit of the pieces. The Hoover gravitational vacuum floats silently through the house, its sensors detecting not only dust and debris, but also automatically reorganizing small objects that are out of place. It knows every corner of the house and works like an invisible domestic fairy, always keeping everything in perfect order. In the kitchen, the Osterizer molecular blender doesn't just mix ingredients, it transforms them. Common fruits become elaborate desserts through processes that alter their molecular structure, creating impossible textures and flavors. A simple strawberry can transform into an airy mousse that floats in the mouth like a flavorful cloud. Margaret's Easy Bake Fusion oven isn't just bigger than its 50s predecessor, it cooks through controlled energy fields that penetrate food, uniformly preserving all nutrients while creating intensified flavors. A cake that would take an hour to bake is ready in 5 minutes, but with the texture and flavor of something that was slowly cooked for hours. Social life in the technological golden age, Margaret's afternoons are filled with meetings at the Future Vintage Women's Club, where society ladies gather to discuss the latest advances in domestic technology while having tea and fine porcelain that never cools and never breaks. The club sits atop an Art Deco skyscraper with hanging gardens that defy gravity and fountains that make water dance in the air in hypnotizing patterns. Evelyn Hartwell, club president, always impeccable in her Chanel tech ensembles, leads discussions about how to integrate new technologies without losing elegance and traditional values. Girls, she says, adjusting her pearls that glow with their own light, technology should serve us, not dominate us. Our role is to ensure that progress preserves the beauty and harmony that make life truly valuable. The meetings take place in salons decorated with furniture that looks like it came straight from the 50s, but automatically adapts to the body of whoever sits down, offering maximum comfort. The coffee tables, apparently made of noble wood, actually project holograms with information about any subject being discussed. Subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any adventures through the alternative worlds we create here. Each week, a new reality awaits you. Entertainment and culture nights in New Americana are magical. The Apollo Holographic Theater presents shows where real actors perform alongside holographic projections of stars from the past. Imagine watching a play where Marilyn Monroe, recreated through advanced AI and holographic projection, shares the stage with contemporary actors. The technology is so advanced that it's impossible to distinguish between real and projected. Drive-in. Theaters have evolved into multisensory experiences. Cars connect to a neural network that synchronizes the film's special effects with the vehicle's internal environment. During a storm scene, A cool breeze circulates through the car, and the aroma of rain fills the air. In romantic scenes, holographic rose petals float gently through the interior. Music has also undergone a revolution. Quantum jukeboxes don't just play songs, they recreate them live. Each song is performed by holograms of the original artists, but with unique arrangements created in real time based on listeners' moods and preferences. Frank Sinatra can sing "Fly Me to the Moon" with a smooth jazz arrangement on a romantic night, or with a full orchestra at a celebration. The dark side of paradise. But not everything is rosy in this retro-futuristic world. Margaret sometimes wonders if all this technological perfection isn't creating a society that's too artificial. During her morning walks through gravitational Central Park, where trees float at different heights, creating a three-dimensional garden, she observes how people seem increasingly dependent on their technologies. Children play with toys that respond to their thoughts, but rarely use imagination to create their own games. Couples dine in restaurants where the food is perfect. But conversations are mediated by AI assistants that suggest topics optimized for emotional compatibility. Dr. Richard Blackwood, social psychologist and frequent visitor to the club where Margaret works, expresses his concerns. We're creating a society where imperfection, which is essentially human, is being eliminated. But it's our flaws, our mistakes, our struggles that make us truly human. What happens when we remove that from the equation? Do you think technology can go too far? Leave your reflection in the comments. These questions are fundamental to understanding our own future. The search for balance. Margaret decides to use her position as domestic harmony coordinator to promote a movement she calls intentional imperfection. She begins designing homes that incorporate small, purposeful flaws, a cup that occasionally cools down, a garden that needs to be watered manually, furniture that requires a human touch to function perfectly. Her first client for this new concept is Mrs. Dorothy Chen, a 65-year-old widow who misses the times when she needed to personally care for her house. "You know, dear," she confides to Margaret, "I miss folding clothes. It seems silly, but there was something meditative about that process. Now everything is so automatic." Margaret designs a house for Mrs. Chen that maintains all the elegance and convenience of the futuristic 50s, but requires active participation from the resident. The garden needs watering, flowers need arranging, furniture needs occasional reorganization. It's advanced technology disguised as simplicity. The concept spreads quickly. Other women begin requesting houses with charming defects, refrigerators that occasionally make nostalgic noise, ovens that require a special touch to work perfectly, gardens that grow in slightly unpredictable ways. The future of the past. 6 months later, Margaret is in her office at the Chrysler Quantum building, observing the city through windows that can show any time of day or season. She chooses a golden autumn sunset, even though it's the middle of winter. Her intentional imperfection movement has become a life philosophy. People began to value again the small rituals, moments of pause, the beauty of things that don't work imperfectly. Cafes returned to serving coffee that occasionally gets too strong. Clothing stores began selling dresses that need small adjustments. Cars were reprogrammed to occasionally choose longer but more scenic routes. Professor James Wellington, historian at Neo-Columbia University, documents this social change. What Margaret Sterling initiated was a silent revolution. She reminded us that technological perfection without human soul is just a golden prison. True progress is when technology amplifies our humanity, not when it replaces it. If you're enjoying this journey through alternative worlds, subscribe to the channel. We have many more incredible stories waiting for you. Epilogue. The perfect balance today. New Americana. is a city where future and past dance in perfect harmony. Cars fly, but sometimes choose to drive through the streets so drivers can appreciate the architecture. Houses clean themselves, but leave small tasks so families can work together. Fashion is technologically advanced, but preserves the timeless elegance that makes a woman feel truly feminine. Margaret, now recognized as the architect of human harmony, continues creating spaces where technology serves the human soul, not the other way around. She marries Thomas Anderson, an engineer who designs flying cars with unique personalities. Some are adventurous, others contemplative, some are playful. Together, they have 2 children who grow up in a world where they can fly to school, but also learn to walk through parks, where they can have any toy they imagine, but also build sandcastles on the beach. Where technology is a magical tool, but real magic still comes from imagination, love, and human connection. And you, how would you imagine your ideal world? A place where past and future meet? Share your ideas in the comments and don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more adventures through the worlds our imagination can create. End of transmission. Somewhere between what was and what could be, there exists a world where dreams become reality without losing their soul. This is just one of those worlds. How many others exist waiting to be discovered? Thank you for embarking on this journey with us. Until the next adventure.